All right, so we're here. We are with Blade 2. Okay, this one is
Yeah,
also written by David S. Goyer, but he's a
yeah,
way
another
better
practice piece
director.
for him. I'm thinking.
In no, this is 2002. So yeah, before he got, I guess, older and better at writing, right? Or maybe the
Yeah,
production doesn't change his script as much. Maybe
yeah,
we don't
we're
know
we're
what it
giving him a
is.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna give him a lot of credit because we saw the Batman movies.
Yes. And what
Which
else
you
has
should
he
try
written?
if you're gonna watch Blade. You should watch the Blade movies before you see the Batman movies. And if you saw the Batman movies already, maybe you shouldn't see the Blade movies.
Or maybe if you want to see where he gets started.
No, you don't.
Oh, he wrote Dark City too.
Oh, Dark City was awesome. What are
He
you
wrote
talking
Dark
about?
City. He did Dark City before he did Blade.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
It's the same year. Dark City and then Blade. Yeah, and then
Okay.
Blade Trinity and then Batman Begins. He did Jumper. He did Ghost
Never saw.
Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he
Sometimes you
wrote
win some. Sometimes you lose some.
yeah, he wrote Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Terminator. He's doing the new Hellraiser too, looks like.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
writing,
I
not
mean, well,
not
you got to
the.
write, or you don't get to eat. I mean, that's his job. He's a writer. Yeah.
So we can both agree his stuff probably get better. Like it didn't stay. I guess would you say Blade and Blade Two is mediocre, or was it great
Yes,
at
I
that
would. I
time?
would say they're both mediocre.
So not just good at that. It
Mediocre.
was probably great at that time.
Mediocre or
Well,
mediocre,
are you
whatever you want to call it.
are you saying that because there's nothing else to compare? I mean, we have stuff to compare to nowadays, but back then there was nothing else to compare, right? When like a movie like this
Yeah,
came
I
out,
guess. I mean, maybe it's the time of it's the sign of the times. I mean, I wasn't that interested in Blade 2 either. I didn't think it was all that great.
is it because you're
Uh,
not interested in vampires or just
I don't
what is it?
know. I don't know. It's just the movie. I guess maybe I lost some from 90s movies or something, you know?
You think so? Well, for me, but
Yeah,
I can't speak for you, right? But for me, like, I still
you
think
could.
vampires are badass. I still like Blade, right?
I
That's
think vampires are awesome, but well,
but
to
just
a
not in
point.
this,
I mean,
right?
they're also kind of creepy too, you know. Depends on the vampire movie. Let's go with that, okay?
Oh, okay.
Because some vampire movies just straight up suck, dude.
Well, yeah, not all of them could be,
Especially those really
great.
goth, low budget films. It's like, what? I don't get this. I just need to drink a quart of blood to see if I can get this, but it's not going to work.
Hey, but you know
Plus,
what? But it's still amazing that it got made at that time, though.
yeah.
Instead of making like Spider-Man, which actually I think came out the same year that this
Well,
did.
yeah. Well, Spider-Man was better though. The
Yes,
older Spider-Man is better than the Blade. I mean,
yes. I don't know. It's because it's
The Blade
biased for
movies,
me.
I guess the Blade movies are okay. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it's too 90s. It's too experimental. Too much. It's like, hey, we're going to be the Matrix in this movie, you
You know
know?
what?
Because
I'm
you
so
have
glad
scenes
you
where
said
it
that because
follows,
I
like he'll throw like a little boomerang like thing. Like, are you Batman? Because I don't know what you're doing. But he throws a little thing and he focuses on that or focuses on him jumping. Eventually, you get past that and you get okay. But I mean, it seemed cool at the time. I remember following the bullets as they go through people. Now it's like, what? I don't need
now
to see
you
this
want something.
crap.
It's like so.
I
Hold
know
on.
what a bullet does.
I'm so glad that you brought up the Matrix or whatever, the special effects, right? Because I did notice that some fight scenes they use the special effects where it looks like a little bit animated. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Yes, it does. It looks a lot of
Yeah.
anime, especially when you got those two ninjas that show up to fight him in his house.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? This is just weird.
Even when he fights Nomad or something, like when Blade fights the other people, like it was like a little bit animated. Like you could tell that's not really Rusty Snipes or like when he did the
Yeah,
superhero jump.
he did the superhero jump, but
Yeah,
it wasn't
it
snipes.
didn't
Of
look
course,
as
it's gonna be
good as
super.
as I guess
I don't
obviously
know.
better
I guess if I
advanced.
was to compare it against a lot of '90s movies, I mean, parent. I mean, I don't know. It's just maybe I'm not into the action type thing or something. Because I mean, against Dark City blows this movie away.
Yeah.
It's been written by the same people, coming in the same time period. Dark City is still stand up, awesome. Blade was like, I almost fell asleep at the end of this movie
In this end of
too.
this one, so
Yeah,
so
it's just
this
like
one
by the
was
time I got
better
to it,
than
I
the
was like,
first one for me. I did remember that Donnie Yen is
I
in
don't
this
know
one.
that I actually think this is better than the first one.
Oh, that's interesting. So okay, so
I
right
mean,
off the
okay, well,
bat,
it does because this one doesn't make that much sense too. The whole movie is just to catch Blade so
yeah,
they can get his blood.
I
It's
was gonna say it's
exactly
the
like the
same one
first
the
one.
first one, except
It's
it's
like
like
I wonder if Gore is like, man, you want
well,
me to write this again? You basically want to do this because that's all it was. It was everybody was after get him, and the whole movie was like, ooh, we fooled you. There was like this new breed of vampire, but it turns out they made the new breed of vampire. It
yeah,
was all a
it's like a vampire's vampire.
Yeah, it was like a big old stunt just to get Blade in it. And then it turns out, and you kind of knew it. The guy that's helping, what's the guy that's the guy who's helping Blade, not
Norman
Whistler.
Reedus, right?
Yeah, Norman Reedus, which he's young in this movie.
Yes. Well, yeah.
We see him. There's a whole lot of people like Donnie. Was it Donnie Young?
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen.
But he
Yeah,
didn't have
everybody's
speak a
like,
line, but I think he plays a deaf mute.
oh well, it doesn't matter. All I know is I was like, hey, I saw this guy in Rogue One. Plus, as you notice, he did the choreographed a lot of the scenes too.
Yeah.
He got credit for it.
Yes, because he's a
So
martial arts fighter, yeah.
yeah.
And
So,
like
but anyway,
he's a huge Hong Kong movie, so I've seen him in more stuff that, just Rogue One.
yeah. Oh, well, I figured you do. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, in America, it's like
Oh, you know what?
Rogue
He was
One.
also in Shanghai Nights.
Well,
He was the one who fought Jackie
actually
Chan.
I've never even seen Shanghai Nights,
Oh,
which
okay, yeah.
I need to because I don't know why I haven't.
Yeah, he fights Jackie
We should
Chan
put
in
that.
that one.
We might as well just go ahead and put that on our list.
I would love to.
We should
Action
put
and
both of them on our
yes,
list.
Shanghai Noon and Shanghai
Because
Night.
I saw Shanghai Noon. I love Shanghai Noon.
Oh, good,
Still
because
one
I
of my
like it
favorites.
too. Yeah, I will put
One
that
of
on
my
the
favorites.
list.
Yeah, because PP Water breaks bars. That's sort of like that's the best line for that.
He's like,
Is this Princess Pepe?
it's just like, oh, trying to help him push.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put that on the list. And then, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
that's.
I highly agree with you. This is just like a repeat of the first one with vampires,
I mean,
vampire.
but I guess we could say that the ending wasn't. The ending was still a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Well, the
first one,
evolution.
I
Well,
didn't
I
like
want
the
to point
special
out the
effects.
evolution of the vampire was better too. Like,
Yeah,
they got better, right? So that like this chest was more like tougher to get into to stab them in the heart. So I guess in a way the vampire evolutionized into
yeah,
like the next
I get
stage.
that. But still, I thought it was weird. The face opens up, and they have no
Yeah, this
lower
is really
jaw,
weird, right?
and
Like
this little sucker octopus thing comes out
it's
and
like
he
the
eats the
more dangerous,
vampires.
and like there's some kind of a numbing agent.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had all
and this
kind.
time
Oh yeah,
around.
they had a little poison, a
Yeah,
neurotoxin,
yeah,
so it doesn't
neurotoxin.
hurt as bad. But I mean, most things have neurotoxins that suck your blood and eat you. Anyways, like most snakes do.
Yep, and it feels
I
like.
mean, that's what Venom's for.
And you know what? It's really funny. This one is the one that you mentioned, not you mentioned, right? Not for this specifically. That if you kill the leader or the host, all the other ones dies too.
Well,
Because
they
they mentioned
mentioned
that.
that.
Yeah, they
They
mentioned that.
mentioned it. We
Yeah,
never saw it
yeah. We
happen.
never saw it happen because it feels like Nomad, right? Is the last one anyway.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the last of the
it
vampire.
feels like they killed the nest and then they go home, or then they go home. They like a lot of them die, except obviously Ron
Yeah,
Perlman.
yeah. We can't ever kill Ron Perlman to the end.
Yep.
But anyways, we'll go back to Norman Reedus. I knew he was gonna be the bad guy at the end.
Oh, you did? I didn't
He
remember that.
betrayed him at the end. It's like, but it doesn't make any sense because okay, they got a bomb on Norman Perlman,
Yep.
and you got Blade acting like he's gonna push and blow him up, but he can't. And then of course Norman Reedus was like, "I'm the bad guy," and that bomb was a dud. And then of course Blade's like, "Oh, it wasn't. I knew you were bad the whole time."
You know what's really funny about that time? If he knew the bad guy at the time, right? I thought he would have blown up Ron Perlman first.
I think he would have blown. I would
Yeah,
have blown up Ron Perlman because he was the bigger baddie. Why would
that
you blow
was.
up the
I
human?
think that was the
The
writing
human.
back then. Like
It's
you
just stupid.
you,
Well,
you gotta
it's
let the
it's like, oh,
review.
I knew this. It's like, well, the thing is, you go through all this crap, this whole movie, and then by the time you get to the end, they get to that line where he's like, "Oh, I knew you're the bad guy the whole movie." I'm like, so I had to watch the whole movie so you could tell me that you already knew that he was the bad guy?
Maybe he just
I'm
want to see where
done.
he's going, right?
No, this is stupid. So basically, the whole movie, the middle of the movie, really didn't even need to happen
I
to
think
get to the ending.
I think for this time, right? This is 2002. That was a cool thing to do the tattoo inside, or in the skin
Yeah,
inside.
well, yeah, like cows, like we do to cows.
Yeah. But not for humans.
I mean, come
Yeah,
on, we do it. We've been doing it in cows for a long time, so we might
yeah,
as well do it to humans. I like it when humans go like, "This is awesome." I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
I see it in cows all the time.
yeah. For you, I don't see that thing in cows. I only see that thing like that was probably one
But
of the
hey,
first time I saw that in
it makes
humans,
sense
though.
though, because I mean that's what you do to livestock, and of course the guy was livestock.
Oh yes, that's right. He actually
Yeah,
been like he didn't want to be cattle too.
yeah, well,
Yep.
he was because he got that dude like cow.
I didn't remember this movie as well as the first one,
Well,
even
I
though
know
I
that because
yeah
from the last show we talked, you're like, I asked you, hey, you remember this? No.
yeah.
So what?
I
So I
totally
mean,
forgot he
but
was
you
in
did.
there. I forgot Whistler was in there too.
Yeah, I figured Whistler was gonna come back. I mean, it's
So
Chris
wha- how- so
Christopherson.
he
You
was
can't kill Chris
so
Christopherson.
So Whistler is he? on the way to become a vampire and then they reversed it? Is that what happened? Because like I
I think he
lost
was a.
track what
I think
happened
he is a vampire.
for this whole movie.
Yeah, and they just gave him that shot, and it made
Was
him not a vampire.
so that's
He
funny.
because remember that they showed him give him a shot. Maybe he has a cure for it. Maybe he got the same cure that the girl got in the first movie. Because remember, she was almost a vampire. She got a cure and she was
Oh,
fine.
that's right.
Maybe she improved it and he was using it.
Yeah, because like I lost track of that. Like I thought this maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, it didn't make that much sense why he went all the way to find this guy stuck in a blood capsule. He's like, yeah, because that's the Matrix right there where he plugs him out because they have all those stupid hoses got to unplug him from. I'm like,
Yes,
okay, so he fought these guys on motorcycles,
and it's so
threw a
weird that
little
the vampires
switchblade.
kept Whistler for a while.
Yeah, they kept him in a
Because he worked
blood
with Blade,
chamber.
right?
For why? For what? Well, that didn't make any sense.
That's
It
the
still didn't
Matrix
make any
thing right
sense.
there. You know, they
It
just
didn't make that scene did not make any sense to me. I mean, why I should go watch it again? I'm not going to though to figure this out. I'm like, it doesn't make sense, and I don't care. Somebody else, I could
yeah.
get on the internet and probably read about it and they'll probably explain it, but I don't want to because I don't care that much. That's how much I don't care. Because, like I said, when I got to the scene, because Blade knew that the other guy was a bad guy the whole movie,
Well, the
and then
no,
at
but
the
the
end,
whole movie probably ever since they got together, right?
yeah, he pretty much knew that he was not real. Then, like, so you went along with all that crap for nothing. Plus, he has a love interest, though. Blade gets a love
Yeah, the
interest.
princess, right? Nastia,
Yeah,
Nisa, or whatever, Lisa,
and
right?
he takes her out and he lets her burn up with the sun. But hey, let me tell you what. Talking about a sunrise that has full effect on you.
Yes. So that's the only thing about what did they call this hybrid vampire? I forgot already. But the garlic
The
and
hybrid.
silver doesn't hurt them. The
Yeah,
hybrid,
garlic
yeah.
silver doesn't, but
The
but
only
sunlight
sunlight.
does. And slowly they're getting rid of the sunlight. And it turns out that that's the brother to the princess,
Yes,
and
the
it's the
sun.
son to the, which you kind of got to figure because they show the ring, and then he's got, hey, I got this ring, and then she didn't know that was her brother. Which I don't understand why she didn't know that was her
And you know what's
brother.
really crazy that the Nomad or
If
know
my brother
Whistler?
got turned into a vampire, I'd still know who he was.
Like yeah, I know, like the whole time you didn't think your brothers was missing unless they've been doing this a long time. Like the
Oh,
relationship.
probably zillions of years. I mean, they're vampires that live forever,
Yeah.
but who knows?
But she gotta know that oh wait, maybe she thought that her brother was dead or something.
Maybe. Which couldn't look at the dude. All you had to do difference was a line on his face.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, this is just weird because at the beginning we see them where are they at? Czech Republic, going to a
Yes.
blood bank. So they're taking this guy to a blood bank and he's acting all scared. But you already know there's something wrong with this guy because the guy's got this line on his face.
Yes.
And they're like putting him in the mirror, and it's like this movie was very predictable. I guess that was my problem. Because he's the bad guy already. They put him in the chair and they start laughing. Oh, we're gonna kill you. You're like, there's no way they're gonna kill this guy because they're not gonna go through the trouble to put a line on some guy's face and then him just die at the very beginning of the movie.
But you know what? Like, yeah, it was. I guess it was really predictable, and also, yeah, it's very predictable. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
I guess when I rewatch it, like, I totally didn't remember
To
the
me, it's like
thing.
Goyer. He must have started off. He got creative because more new his movies, you don't know where he's going. But in his old movies, it's like he watched a whole bunch of movies and he wrote Blade. That's the way I feel. Like he watched a whole bunch of movies in the '90s. He's like, "Well, I'll write this real
Well, you
quick."
know what? I
To
feel
me,
like this
to
evolution
me,
of the
Blade was
movies,
probably a
though.
paycheck. To me,
Yeah,
Blade was a paycheck movie
yeah.
for
You know
everyone.
what? I thought it was the way of the like a lot of movies back then. It's not as complicated as now. You know.
No, they're not complicated at all.
I mean,
They
like,
don't even try to hide it. It's
well,
like,
not
yeah,
even.
we already know.
This is the beginning of the 2000s, so like the tail end of the 90s.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a lot of movie that was very predictable? Like, oh,
Oh,
it's
I'm
not like
sure
that
if
I
we
saw
do,
this coming, but like it's not that big of a surprise for me.
yeah, it's not that big a surprise. I'm sure there is if we're the do review a lot of '90s movies, but like Dark City was a surprise.
Fight Club was a surprise. Well, we haven't done Fight Club, and that
Yeah.
was in the
So there's
90s.
actually a lot of surprise movies too. It's just Blade though was a popcorn. I guess you got to say Blade was a. We know who you are. It's Wesley Snipes going to kick some butt. Get in there. We'll eat some
And you know
popcorn and
what?
spend
And
some money.
also compared to now Marvel, right? It's like the surprise twist or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Well,
Back then for superhero movies, they didn't want to do anything like that, right? It's just
but
very
this was a New Line
predictable.
Cinema, so we got to cut it a break because New Line Cinema movies are all like this.
Yeah, New Line
I
Cinema.
bet if we go back and watch Spawn now, I bet we'll have the same thing to say about
Ooh, that's a
Spawn
good
as we do
idea.
this movie. Or Darkman. Remember Darkman?
Yes, with Liam Neeson, right?
I bet you they're the same. We'd probably say things because it's like superhero movies. Like they're going to make money off the name, but they don't really give a crap what they put in it.
No, they don't. It just
Because
they
you got to
don't
remember,
spend the
because
art
remember
time and
Punisher.
art.
Yeah, it's got Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
Hey, you know what? I don't remember the movie that well, but do you have a copy of it?
What, the Dolph Lundgren Punisher? Yes, I do.
Okay, this is
Is
very
that a
bright.
Blu-ray? Yours not
No, I
Blu-ray.
have a DVD.
Okay,
I don't know if they come up in a Blu-ray.
I don't think they did. I just wanted to see because I don't remember if mine had that band across the top of it.
Yeah, mine just is the
Did you ever open that?
No, I recently got it
Oh, okay. No, I bought it. I bought it. I don't know why I went and bought it. I thought, well, I better own it.
because I want to own it too. I
Well, the
remember
Thomas
owning it a long
Jane
time ago.
Punisher was way better. But again,
Don't mind
you
me,
know what?
Miami.
You could have put anybody in a trench coat and made a better movie than the Dolph Lundgren Punisher.
That's
The
very true.
Dolph Lundgren Punisher, it wasn't even very Punisher-ish. It was like,
See,
oh,
I
I'm
don't
gonna go to
remember
this
that
big
movie.
building. I'm gonna go to this building and fight all these ninjas.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
remember
that's
those ninjas
that's
in
very
there.
Punisher. He didn't almost even fight anybody hardly. I just
Is
remember.
there like a all right? So you remember it a lot more than I do. Is it?
Yeah, dude, because I watched
Who's
it
the
twice,
villain?
and I don't even remember who the villain is.
Oh, okay, but it's not Kingpin or anything like that.
No, it wasn't anybody really. He just goes to this building fighting all these people.
So it sounds like
I'm like,
basically they have the rights for one character and they made a whole
yeah,
new story
and they
around
didn't
it.
even read the comic book.
Oh, that's why I figured. Yeah, that's why they didn't have a
Yeah, I
villain.
mean they talk about it. Oh, he got his family killed, but I'm like, the Thomas Jane one was more Punisher. He fought a gangster. He fought a mobster.
In a
And he
different
got
city,
in
yes.
gunfights. The best Punisher, of course, is the Netflix.
The
So,
Netflix, yes.
I'm gonna beat that because that's Punisher. That is Punisher to the core. Man.
Maybe one time we need to do like a Punisher month because we know.
So
We're
all I
talking
got
about
to say
Thomas
is when
Jane.
Marvel brings out Blade, it's just not going to have any resemblance to this.
I don't think so.
To me, I think New Line. To me, it feels like New Line Cinema had like this is how we make a movie. You know,
Mm-hmm. These are the elements. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the New Line Cinema way of making a movie. Because I'm thinking if we were to go watch all the New Line Cinema movies, mainly for superheroes, I bet you they all follow the same pattern.
How many
They
real line cinema
have a
superhero
story.
movies are there?
They probably have a story that makes a big old circle. It's like, oh, we went through, we showed you this whole story that didn't even matter.
So this is kind of like how they do it then.
Yeah, because the main villain is never really the main villain, and they're like, haha, we got you. Well, no, you didn't.
Because New Line Cinema also made Rush
every
Hour.
New Line Cinema, yeah, because probably every New Line Cinema movie is the main villain that you see at the first of the movie is never the main villain you get at the end of the movie.
So that's the element. The elements or steps how they do it.
Yeah, it's the step. It's like I saw you see one Blade movie, you've seen them all.
Oh, I'm so glad you haven't seen the third one because the third one has two other big stars. Okay, so from Blade 1 to Blade 2, they don't have any big stars, right?
Well, they had some people who became. Yeah, I guess Ron Perlman was pretty big.
Ron Perlman and like I guess Norman Reedus at that time it was only in
Norman Reedus was up and coming, I would say.
Yeah, up and coming. And
yeah, you're right.
Whistler, Chris Christopherson, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, he's from back in the day in his country western singer.
But like nobody on the villain side. Well, I guess not the villain. Like at least the vampires.
Well, of course we got to point out because they had this squad that's supposed to hunt.
Yeah. So
the squad isn't like the squad's real. Like, oh yeah, the squad's real tough. You see the squad, it's like a hodgepodge of losers. That's what it is. It's got like some woman that can't kill her boyfriend. So boyfriend, it's got this big giant hammer. You got the Irish guy, which I've seen the Irish guy somewhere. I think he's probably plays a bunch of Irish mobster guys.
Oh. And Donnie Yen.
The Punisher. I think
Donnie
Yen with the swords. Yeah, I can't see.
And they call him Snowman, and the Chinese would actually say snow on him.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least I got that right. And then of course, you got that white boy, the muscle guy from Fast and the Furious.
Yes.
Fast and the Furious.
And
of course,
Vince.
Then you got Ron Perlman.
Vince was in it. Yes.
Yeah. You got Vince. Which actually, he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, Vince.
But he always plays the same type of people.
Yeah, because they typecast him, right?
Because he's even because remember what's that movie with the motorcycles? It's got that jet engine motorcycle. Did you ever see that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Who plays?
I knew what it was. It's got ice.
What was his name in the movie? Luke? No, Luke Gross is somebody else.
Something that didn't matter.
Oh yeah, his name Matt Stokes.
Oh, it's not Biker. What is it? What was that movie? Matt show it. He was in some other movie with his motorcycle, and he's the
Talk,
bad guy. Huh?
talk.
Yes, Torque. You
It
remember
had Ice
Torque?
Cube in it. I do, but I never
It's
seen
kind of
it though.
it's kind of like a motorcycle rip off, kind of sucky version of Fast and the Furious.
Oh, really? I never seen this.
Yeah, well, he's in it, and he's the bad guy. I mean, it was okay, but it's just weird.
I guess I'm not interested in motorcycle enough to see it, but I don't know.
Well, it starts off with a Fast and Furious scene. It's got like the Eclipse. It's not really fast. You know, the third generation Eclipse racing that. What was it? Racing the Acura Integra or something? No, it wasn't even an Integra. It was racing some Acura vehicle. And I was
So
like,
that's why
what?
John, you just
And
see
then,
it.
and of course, the motorcycle goes right between zoom, like, and the motorcycle wasn't even in the race. So I'm like, what? And of course, both the cars spin out and the tires go flat. I thought this is the stupidest crap I've ever seen in my life. Why do the tires they spin out and their tires just go flat?
That's why that movie never went anywhere, you know. And there's like 9 Fast and Furious now, almost 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and of course they
Motorcycles not
show.
as cool as
I mean,
cars
yeah, it was
sometimes.
almost it's like they're making fun of Fast and the Furious at the beginning of the movie, even though I think it's from the producers of the Fast and the Furious. I'm like, this sucks. Way worse than
But they
Fast
want
and
to
the
touch
Furious.
on everything. Right? We did cars. Let's try motorcycles.
Yeah, we're gonna do the motorcycles, and we're gonna get some guys not even in the race to come up and show up in the race between two cars that shouldn't even be racing each other. But okay, that's cool.
So that's like, well, that's the actors that we know in that Blood Pack, right? Is that what they call it, the
Yeah,
Blood Pack?
that's the only famous people I know from the Blood Pack. I mean, Matthew Shorty's not really even that famous. It's just not, hey, that's the guy.
It's just
That's
something that
Vince
we
from,
recognize.
from
Yeah,
the Fast and Furious. And I've seen him as a bad guy and a lot of other stuff. You know, kind of that tough.
yeah,
And then of course you got Ron Perlman. It's like Hellboy.
yes.
Yeah, Hellboy.
Hellboy, and he was in Alien Resurrections.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. I like
Ron,
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman gets in everything
Yes, he has a tough guy persona look, right? And
because he is a tough. I think he
he
is a
looks like
tough
a
guy.
gorilla.
Yeah, I think he would. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with Ron Perlman. I
Yeah.
don't care if he's acting or not. I think he'd beat the crap out of you. And then he goes, "Yeah, that was acting, boy." But you're not going to a fake hospital. You're going to a real
I had
hospital.
never seen Hellboy. Have you?
You never seen Hellboy?
I have never seen Hellboy.
Maybe we should see Hellboy.
We should, because you know the Hellboy 2 is also directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, and that's another thing that kind of threw me because when I saw his name up there, I was like,
Yeah.
"This movie's not his quality."
No, it's not, right?
You feel, no, this is that movie sucked. When I saw the director's name, I was like, "How could this be from a director that I know?" Because this is not a movie.
Well, you gotta think about it.
I mean,
At
I
that
guess we
time,
are-
how many movies
we are-
have you seen him done before or after this?
Actually, not a lot. Not a lot.
Let me see what
And he does. His movies are a little slow and kind of long.
Oh, he did Pan's Labyrinth. I seen that. Oh, that was
Yeah,
better
well,
than
that's
this
what
one.
made him. That gave him his name right there.
Yeah, Pan's
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. That was a good movie. I like
That's
that
when everybody
movie
was
a
talking
lot.
about him. But
Oh, he did Pacific Rim.
yeah, Pacific Rim's okay. We should see that.
I've
And we
not
need to
seen
do
that either.
Hellboy. We should do Hellboy.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not gonna.
should.
We probably won't like Hellboy when we watch it again. But I remember watching Hellboy several times, thinking it was cool when it came out.
Oh,
It did have some
interesting.
weird. It did have some weird stuff too. I mean, I wasn't like, oh, Hellboy wasn't awesome. It wasn't the most awesome movie I ever saw, but it was interesting. It was interesting. I don't think I saw the second one. I didn't really care for the fish guy.
Yeah,
But-
see, I have no idea what you're talking about, but you know.
Yeah, well,
Is Hellboy DC also? No, it can't.
mm,
It's not because it's owned by Sony.
I don't think it's DC. I can't
You know what?
remember
We could probably
it was.
do all 3 Hellboy because that's a new
It
one.
was.
with,
It's an independent title.
Yeah. Because there's a third one. Well, not a third
Yeah,
one.
I never
guess
saw
they're
the
trying
third.
to reboot it.
I haven't seen the third one. I don't think I saw the second one. I did see the
It's
first
by
one.
that
I thought the-
actor who played that
I thought
Russian
the
guy
first
from
one
the
was
Black Widow.
interesting, But the first one is kind of 90-ish. It actually resembles this movie.
Oh,
Hellboy reminds me
so
of this
that's
movie,
the
but Hellboy-
90s element, you know?
To me, Hellboy was better though.
Hellboy is
Let's
better
put it this
than
way.
Blade.
Until we watch it again, the memory of Hellboy is better.
And you know what? And I never seen it. So,
But I mean, I think if you're a Wesley Snipes fan, Blade's the movie to see.
oh, I'm a Wesley Snipes fan.
Wesley Snipes didn't have that much stuff. But I don't think this is the best of Wesley Snipes stuff.
Well, I've seen Wesley Snipes in a lot of roles, though.
I think
you know?
Wesley Snipes saw this as being better, and then when the producers got into it,
Hey, he was only in this because he wanted to do Black Panther.
oh, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, but then
Who
they
wouldn't
didn't
wanna do-
play.
And I mean, I'm sure after Wesley Snipes saw the new Marvel Black Panther, he was like, crap.
Yeah.
I bet you he kicked the crap out of a lot of people that day.
First, he kicked the crap out of himself. You
Yeah,
know.
he probably kicked. Well, no, he's Wesley Snipes. Why would he
Hey,
want to kick the crap out of himself?
what if Blade is in the multiverse of madness? Like just like a cameo.
There is a chance that Blade is in the
Like not even just
multiverse.
Blade, right? Like Ghost Rider and well, we already seen Toby, but like all the other Fantastic Four.
Isn't it Fantastic Four going to be the man? Nah.
Well, I'm talking about just the multiverse.
I would understand Blade being in the multiverse of madness. Because, like I
Yeah.
said, he's part of the Darkhold Redeemers,
Yes.
and the Darkhold should be in that movie because we see the Darkhold. Well, first time we ever see Darkhold is in the Agents of Shield,
Yes.
and Blade.
I was going to ask you about the Dark
Ghost Rider takes it.
So does that book look different from what WandaVision has?
From what I remember, the book looks different.
Yeah, that's all. Because I've seen on
But
YouTube
I guess I'm
videos.
okay with the book looking different because the problem is when you open the book,
Oh, it's whatever you want it to be.
it is whatever appeals to your darker
Appeal to
side.
you, yes.
To your darker side. It's in any language that you can understand. It's all scientific if you're a scientist. It's all magical if you're a magician.
And it's all about vampires
political.
if Blade opens it.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. It's what you want. It would take you to the dark side.
It's
and of
what your
course, Ghost
body
Rider steals it.
desires.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We see the Darkhold at the very end of the Wanda movie.
Yes.
And she's looking through it. I'm sure it tells her what she wants because she always wants something. So the book's going to tell her how to achieve what she wants.
Huh.
And from what I understand, I don't know that much about the Darkhold. I just know the book. I think it has something to do with Mephisto.
The devil.
Well, he's kind of like a devil.
I remember reading Mephisto. He was serving Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet. He's a servant to
He serves whoever
Thanos.
he wants. He serves whoever he wants to get what he wants.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're serving somebody doesn't mean you're their servant.
So you think he's gonna show in the multiverse of madness, Mephisto?
May not. They may never even have to show him. I mean, if you're a comic book reader, you're gonna know he exists because you saw the Darkhold. Because I mean, come on, the Ghost Rider and the Agent of Shield was going somewhere. He went back and forth to hell.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they. Disney is really good at getting those actors replay those characters. Because did you see the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer?
I have not.
So whoever plays
there was one.
Owen Laws, right? Like Luke's uncle is the same actor. It's
From
they got the
first three movies.
from the episode 2.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can't be
Or
from
2
the
and 3.
original. Because it can't be from 4. I don't think they got
No,
it
not
right.
that one. It's the younger one, obviously. It's right after
Okay.
events of episode
Well,
3.
hey, I gotta make it difficult, okay?
But the trailer looks well. I think the trailer looks good. It didn't show enough.
If you think the trailer looks awesome, I'm gonna watch it and think the trailer looks awesome too.
Because it's about exactly what happened, right? Hunting down the remaining Jedis.
Okay, yeah, this sounds interesting. I want to see this.
Yes. Off because
I don't know
I
how
want
we-
to.
Yeah, we went all the way to Star Wars from Blade,
Hey, but you know what? Because it's all part of Disney. That's how I brought it up. Like, so thank
Yeah.
you, Disney.
even though we're talking about New Line Cinema, which is
Yeah, I can't wait to do. You're right. I can't wait to see Blade in the MCU.
I shouldn't trash New Line Cinema. I think
Oh,
because in '90s everybody was watching New Line Cinema.
Yeah, everybody, right?
Where happened to New Line Cinema? Because when New Line Cinema, it wasn't that it's part of Warner Brothers, which is strange.
Is it part of Warner Brothers?
I think it is part of Warner Brothers. I think it went away, but
New Line Productions. Oh yeah,
isn't
it's
that Warner?
yeah. Hold on, it's a group division of Warner Brothers Entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's still
So,
Warner
oh,
Brothers.
okay. So Blade was produced by the people that own DC.
So how did you see this? Did you watch this on HBO Max? Was this on HBO Max?
What, Blade too?
Yeah.
No, I watched it on your off of your video.
Oh, okay, good. So it's just digital.
Yeah, I watched it digital. I really don't think you can watch this off the WB.
No, I don't.
I mean
think
HBO.
so.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said HBO.
It should. There's so many
Why?
platforms now. I don't even know what's on what unless let
No,
me make it easier for myself
even
and
the-
buy it.
Well, the way Warner Brothers works, they probably don't even know what they show. They're like, we own HBO Plus or Max. Sorry, whatever you want to call it. They're not sure. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
mean,
I have
come
no
on.
idea.
Because if you watch their movies, sometimes you don't know if they even know that they know. They'll be like, "What? Superman and Batman's in the same universe? We should make a movie with them." And they were like, "Hey, Ted, they already did. It was called Batman versus Superman." Oh, well, let's make a Joker movie then.
Yeah, just Joker. Yeah, just Joker.
Yeah, just Joker.
It worked with Sony, right? They did Venom. It did well.
Yeah. Good.
It did well. That's why they did a sequel. Otherwise, there's no sequel.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but Sony lives in their own little world. Sometimes
Yeah.
they get the money that they make on Spider-Man confused with the money they make on Venom, and they go ahead
Oh,
and
and they
make a
just do
sequel.
whatever they want.
Yeah, because even them, they're probably like, "So is Venom Spider-Man?" And they'll be like, "No, you sure? Because he looks like it." That's not what they're doing, and of course they got to call Disney up, and they're like, "Hey, can we talk to Feige?" No, Feige's
Well,
busy. Feige's
Vikey's
busy.
finally taking over Blade. Finally,
Yeah, they'll
we
be
already
like,
talked about the
Feige's
actor.
They'd be like, Feige's busy. Okay. What's your question? They're like, well, is Venom Spider Man? And they're like, yeah, sure. Hang on. And they're like, okay, green light the next one.
Oh, oh boy. It just sucks that this is no where I normally ask you the questions, right? Like of these characters because like I don't know if Whistler is in Blade comics. I don't
I don't
know
know
if
either. Actually,
ah
like we should have I should have Googled all this crap because I never read Blade comic books. I wasn't interested.
because
I
like
mean, I know Blade came along. I mean, Blade is probably an older character because what did I tell you? I can't remember where Blade shows up. Dracula,
in
I think.
Ghost Rider, right?
Does he show up in a Ghost
Or
Rider comic? He
Punisher,
probably does.
probably
No,
Spider
there's no
Man.
way it does. No,
Well, I mean, he probably could show him in Spider Man because of
but I know the
Mobius.
Blade comic book came out and got real big in the '90s.
Yeah, I
He had his
think I
own
watched a
series, but
video
there was a
last week
whole
and I
bunch.
forgot. I
There
forgot
was a
where
whole bunch of
Blaze
stuff.
shows up.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff that came out in the '90s. A bunch of Blade comics and stuff.
I'm still very impressed with like they connect all these worlds together, right? Like Blade could be in the same universe as Daredevil and Spider Man.
I
Even the
wouldn't. It's all the. It was the thing. That's the Marvel universe.
yeah, it's just that I guess they
Marvel has
don't show the
always been.
vampires,
Yeah, Marvel has always been the Marvel universe. So everybody that's a Marvel character always exists in the same universe.
which is awesome. And Kevin Feige is showing that on the big screen right now,
Yeah,
and
and they
I
put it on the big
appreciate
screen.
it.
They made it right instead of this studio showing this movie, and this studio showing that movie. I'm like, what? Come on,
It's really
that's
good
just
that you
dumb.
mentioned that. So I was talking to, I was pointing out to my wife, right? I got more Funko Pops today. I got Boba Fett and the Marshal. His name is like
Here, and I know the funny thing is, you didn't even like Funko Pop.
I don't
I,
because
I remember.
well
You
I
still
want to
don't,
point that
but you
out
keep
too.
buying
And you
them.
know why I
Okay.
got them? Because it was just the helmet. They got the Marshal too, right? But it's him in the Boba Fett suit.
Oh, okay.
So it's like who's his name? Cadet
So,
something, right?
so Funko Pop, as long as it's got a mask on, cool,
Yeah, because I can't
or
tell the
helmet.
facial features.
But as long as they don't have the little bug eyes,
Yeah, the
it's
bug
okay.
eyes bothers me a lot. You know why? Because I was telling my wife in the office. Okay, so I could tell that one apart. In the
Yeah,
office, the Spider-Man Homecoming, I can't tell the difference between Ron. I mean,
yeah, it's Tony Stark, baby.
Howard. Is it Howard? I can't remember. Like uh, Ryan, Jim, and Michael Scott. Those three
Okay.
characters. If you take them out of the boxes, right, and put them side by side, I could probably tell Michael because he wears a suit. But Jim and Ryan, right? They don't wear a suit. They just wear a button and a tie. I don't know who's who.
Okay, I
There's
get you.
another character from another series. Or like, oh, I think this is Ryan from The Office. No, it's not. It's not even in on The Office. It's like a completely different series. I just don't like it when I can't tell the characters apart.
Okay,
Like with
I
the
get you.
Mandalorian and the Boba Fett, right? I mean, I had the Han Solo and the Symphonite thing too. I have that as a Funko Pop. I didn't even make it, but I have it. And I got Ahsoka because you could tell who
Oh,
that is. But
okay.
like, I have Mega Man, obviously Venom. I'm looking at all the characters I have now. I have Fight Club. I have Tyler Durden from Fight Club. I have quite a lot.
Yeah, you do. You got way more than I do. I got what? One, two, three, four,
But
like
let me go back
five,
to my
six,
point.
maybe.
Let me go back to
Okay.
my point on what Disney was doing with the shows, right? Like you said, um, we both watched The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, right? And I like that those characters are in each other's shows. But
Yeah.
then on the
Because the
modern
Star
day
Wars
shows, right?
universe.
In the modern day shows, right? Even though let's just say NBC's makes Seinfeld and Friends. They're both in New York, but I never seen these characters crisscross each other.
Because they're not in the same universe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but then
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, they're probably
I'm
not owned by the same. They may be produced and shown
produced by
on
NBC. Like, no, the
NBC, but
NBC
they're
has the
not
rights to
made.
show it. Yeah, but
Yeah, but
then
they're probably not
I'm thinking about
made.
like if it's made by like let's just say both are made by Warner Brothers. NBC has the right to distribute it, right? Like it to me, it would be cool. Like, oh, they live in the same city. It won't be cool if there was the same universe in some way. But like, I really like what Disney is doing with these characters, right? Like, this guy's here because it's part of the same universe. Before this time, right, we had never seen anything like that. Before, Kevin Feige did what he did with Marvel. I mean, look at Blade. You remember when I guess no, maybe not for you, right? When Spider-Man, X-Men, all those movies showed up, right? But they were different
Yeah.
by different studios. So I understand that why they cannot cross over, even though technically they should be in the same universe.
Yeah.
But it's the rights and I guess laws and
Yeah,
IP.
it's the real world kind of keeps the fake world from the real
That's
world
so
keeps the
funny.
fake world from
The real
going
world
together.
keep the fake world from going like which
Yeah, I
should not be
know.
that threshold. Like the fake world should do whatever it wants.
Well, you think it would. You're like,
Yeah,
I mean,
you would
come on,
think
in
it
your
would.
head. I mean, when you're a kid, you're sitting there because that's the thing. You know, you're sitting there when you're a kid. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, my Batman and my Ninja Turtles lived in the same world, and
Hey,
they had to stay away from the
they do
side of the
now.
room. Yeah, they had to be careful on the side of the room where Cobra and GI Joe was fighting it out because you didn't want
See?
to get shot by a stray bullet or something.
It's so funny that you
You know,
mentioned that. You said that
but
20
that's the
years
thing.
ago.
Exactly. But that's the thing. You never know somebody show up at my house. Hey, I'm Warner Brothers. I saw you playing with a
I got
Batman with your GI Joes. You can't do that.
shoot.
I'll be
Even
like,
if you would
oh,
go
by the
back to
way,
that what you're first saying, Batman versus Ninja Turtles.
yeah. But that's the thing. You say that, and or they'll be like, well, I'm sorry, Han Solo can't drive that GI Joe tank. That's just no, no.
The
And
world's colliding.
Princess Leia can't date Duke.
That's so funny.
It's just not gonna happen.
This wait, hold on. Ninja Turtles not part of WB, is it?
No.
No, because like that movie, like Ninja Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey,
Like what the?
hey, that's another thing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think was New Line Studio.
Oh, that's right. The first was
See,
New Line Studio.
everything was New Line
It
Studio.
was very, even as a kid, right? I wasn't really surprised by it, but I still liked the movie. But it was still very predictable. Like
Yeah,
what's gonna happen.
yeah,
Obviously, like
yeah, pretty
the
much. But
good
yeah,
guy's
it's
gonna
like
win, even though you saw Super Shredder, right? Like they're not gonna lose to this guy, and you know this. They know this. You
this,
know,
yeah,
it's nothing like even that was made in the early '90s, right? The Turtles 2 movie. It's still I'm always gonna bring back Empire Strikes Back. There's no as huge surprise and a twist as no, I'm your father.
yeah.
That's when
That's
like
something.
whoa. And then you know what? That's the first time I've probably seen a movie
And you
where
want
the
to know what
bad
though?
guys
That's
win.
the biggest surprise for the audience. The biggest surprise for Luke Skywalker is when he found out
Kissing his
Leia
sister.
is his sister. He's like,
Yeah.
oh god, I kissed
Everybody
her.
likes to bring that up. Then
Hey,
everybody have to bring
hey.
up well, he didn't know at that time.
Well, you know why? Because everybody was thinking the same thing we're thinking the audience. We're like, yeah,
And
and they
they're
were
like,
like, oh, that was
ooh.
so sick. We even thought that. George Lucas had
Oh,
a big laugh on that. He's like, oh, you bunch
huh.
of sickos.
Interesting. Well, they just kiss.
Yeah, well,
That's
that
it,
kind of break
right?
you up because let's tell you what
There's
happens.
no
Let's say when you're,
there's no Game of
let's say
Thrones
here's
stuff,
the
okay?
problem with. I'm gonna tell you the problem with that. Okay, you're a
Okay.
little kid, and you're blonde. You got blonde hair, so you gotta be Luke Skywalker. Okay,
Okay.
so the girl's gotta be it's gotta be Princess Leia. So y'all are like, yeah, this is my little girlfriend now. And then when the other show comes out, it's like, oh, we can't be girlfriend and boyfriend anymore. It's over. It's done.
Didn't he found out in the same movie? It was in Empire Strikes Back, right? Where they find out Leia. Leia is yes, because Yoda dies in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. So it's like, huh,
That is
your
interesting.
everything was good with you and your little girlfriend until you got to the Empire Strikes Back, and that was it. You never saw that girl again.
Oh,
But
but
your friend Han Solo, it's like, oh,
I guess
look at
going
me.
back to predictability, yeah, Blade 2 was very predictable.
Very predictable.
Blade 1 was very predictable.
And I would like to say, I'm not gonna. This was a horrible movie. It's just,
It's not
it's
the
not something I'm gonna
best, right? But I
recommend
want to
either.
say,
Yeah, it's not the
I want to
best.
say it's best what we got at that time because there's nothing else
Yeah,
to
that
turn
sounds
to.
okay. I mean, it's not going on the list with. It's not gonna go on the Howard the Duck list
No,
or the
well, no,
Batman
it's not going
versus.
to.
I mean,
Yeah, Batman
or
versus
the
Robin. Batman and Robin.
yeah, Batman and Robin.
Oh,
Sorry,
this is way better than Batman and Robin. I
this
watch
is
watch this.
way
I
way
would keep
better.
watching this. Thing. We watch Batman and
Because
Robin.
you know, because Batman and Robin, it's so horrific you can't even fall asleep. Blade, I'm like, oh, it's okay, and then I fall asleep.
Yeah, you know what? This one I was more. Well, for me, this one I was more interested in watching than the first Blade. I don't know why. I think there
I
was
don't
more
know.
action in this one.
I don't know. Maybe it was. I can't. I don't know. I call to me these are even. I
And you know
mean, it
what's,
looked better. It looked better, and the special effects. It didn't have those horrible special effects, but I actually liked the
the
bad
special
guy.
effects was getting better a little.
I thought the villain was a little bit better in the first one.
And you know what? Everybody thought kung fu. All the vampires know kung fu.
Yeah,
Apparently, yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, if you're around for thousands of years,
You learn
like
everything.
if
I
you're
was
like me,
thinking that too.
see, I think about learning kung fu all the time, but
Yeah,
I'm like,
you don't have
it'd be kind of
time, right?
difficult.
But now, like
But
you've
if I'm
got
gonna live
thousands of years.
thousands of years,
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
have plenty of time.
I
I'll be
learned
like
how to play everything. I like.
man, I'll be like, what's that Shaolin level? That's what I'll be.
So
Like,
it'd be funny to
Shaolin
like
level.
the vampires know how to do that thing with what is that jousting?
Why wouldn't they? They probably
I
do
know.
know.
They're like,
But they're from that
like,
time.
hey, this is 2002. We don't joust anymore, okay?
Exactly. I mean, nobody jousts anymore unless you're gonna work. Unless you're gonna work for what's that place?
Medieval times.
Yeah, unless you're gonna work for medieval times, you don't need to know how to joust.
Like, what the heck is this?
And plus, the problem was, the vampires probably wouldn't want to joust because you got these guys with these long metal stakes running at you on a horse.
Yes.
No, you don't do that. That'd be bad
That
memories.
is so funny. What would be one of the funniest that the vampires know how to do because they live thousands of years? Knitting.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing they probably would. That's right.
Like, what
Somebody
else
has to
would be
make some
dumb
clothes.
to learn? Like, dude, I know how
Somebody
to knit.
has to
Like,
make-
so I know
Well,
how to knit too. No
They
big
know
deal.
how to do everything now. They probably still know how to churn butter. Why would they though? They drink blood.
Yeah, they
I don't
drink
think
blood.
do
They don't
butter.
eat anything else. And
Like, this, because you'd be like, this butter and garlic would be awesome. No.
oh yeah, that's right.
No.
I love garlic butter. Is awesome.
Well, they would know how to rub. Well, now I was about to say they'd know how to rub two sticks together to get fire, but that'd also be bad for
Yeah,
vampires
it's bad
too.
for vampires too. And I was thinking like
Yeah, that
that's why
sucks
the
for vampires.
hybrid vampire could eat the garlic butter. Sorry, the last generation was not very good, but I
Yeah.
can eat garlic butter.
Yeah, getting garlic butter was blood. Yeah,
Yes.
this is awesome.
So the outcome of this Blade 2 movie is that even though they created the hybrid, right?
Yeah.
It begins and ends with this movie. Like this hybrid thing is not gonna come back.
Well, that's the funny thing because the first movie they had this like uppity high class vampire group.
Yeah.
And they kill them all. And all of a sudden, in this movie, they have the last vampire high group. So
Yeah, the
I bet you
old
in the third
vampire,
movie.
right?
So I bet you in the third movie they had this uppity class, high class vampire group too.
Who do you think the villain is in the third movie?
It's probably one of the people that hang out with the Blade,
Oh,
right?
I forgot what happened to Whistler. This one, they just leave, right?
Yeah, Vince Whistler is fine. I mean, he just got the crap kicked out of him, but he's still alive.
Yeah.
He could be the bad guy in the next one.
Maybe he actually turned into a vampire next one. That's how they fight him.
I don't know. The Trinity, though. There's three.
Trinity, yes, Blade Trinity. I don't know. It's because like
Do you know what happens? Whistler is because the bad guy because he gets jealous.
I don't remember
of
what
Blade's
happens.
two other friends.
Oh. Yeah, it's Jessica Alba. Oh, no, not Jessica Alba. Jessica Biel.
Yeah,
Ryan
I would get jealous of Jessica Biel too.
It's Ryan Reynolds' first superhero movie, and this is the role that he got buff for, and then he stayed buff the rest of his life.
Did he? Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it worked out for him. Have you seen his wife?
Hey, some people.
I would get buff for that.
Some people
too.
don't keep it. Remember, we watched. Did we talk about Elysium yet? No, we haven't, right?
No, we should.
Because Matt Damon got super buff for that movie, and he told his wife, "Is like, dude, I'm not keeping any of this. That's a lot." Because
he was buff for buff for Bourne.
Yeah, it was buff for Bourne, but like Elysium, he got even buffer, right? He said, I think I was watching Jay Leno. He's like, dude, I had to build muscle that I didn't even know I had because for the role. And then my wife was all happy, right? Like, why were you happy about? I'm not keeping any of this. He said the diet sucks. He said the upkeep was really tough. I'm like, hey, that's the guy that tells the truth.
Was he buff for Euro Trip?
Oh, I think that was probably he probably was because that was between the Bourne movies.
Because remember Euro Trip where he comes up, he's all
really
bald.
Buff. Yeah, bald with the tats and earrings. And you can tell that through his shirt that he's super buff.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what is Matt Damon doing in this? That's an awesome. By the way, I want to point out Euro Trip is actually an awesome movie.
Yeah, I think I only remember seeing it once. I think Cody showed it to me.
It's a teen movie or kind of a teen movie, but still, I'm like,
that's
still
from the
love
90s too, right?
I
And
still love that
it
movie.
still has that Russian guy in it.
Because yeah, Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah,
Scotty
he doesn't
doesn't
know.
know.
And yeah, it has the Russian actor in it, right? Nice coat. Doesn't it have him in it?
Who?
The Russian actor. Well, we think he's
Which
Russian. I think he's Czech.
which Russian actor?
The one that
Oh, we're
says
talking about the nice coat guy.
yeah,
I think
nice
I
coat.
can't
Yeah,
remember. We need to
yeah,
watch it. I think he
yeah,
does. I think he's the guy that drives. Yes, he is. He's in there.
yeah.
He's in that really poor country.
Yes.
That nobody has ever
I
heard
only
of.
know that Russian guy from Snatch, but like that was his
Yeah,
most
and
role.
of course
But like
he's like,
all
oh
you guys
yeah,
seen
we
him
know America,
in.
Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in everything.
good. Well, at least we did a pretty good job on Blade, I guess, today.
I don't think we did that good a job because we didn't really talk about Blade. But anyways, they kill the vampires at the end. They use sunlight. Well, actually, that main vampire kills his sister and he kills the main vampire. So Blade really didn't even kill all those people.
No, yeah, the Nomad
Yeah,
killed his
yeah,
family.
that did.
Line.
And then of course Blade kills him. There's a big old fight scene between him and Blade.
There was a
he kills
big
him.
long fight scene between him.
That was a pretty long. And then I kind of was snoozing a little bit, but it was okay. And of course, then he fell in love with that princess. That was
Yeah, I know.
Of course, Whistler's like, "Hey, don't you forget what side you're on."
Yeah, what side you on? I know.
But the problem with Blade has nobody.
No.
There is nobody. So
No, that's not even a love interest in the first one, right?
Because a lot of people probably, well, you would think that girl was, but he didn't really care for that girl. He's like, whatever.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't. The main thing is killing vampires.
Because I mean, he hooks up with that girl pretty quick, starts caring about her. But I'm like, if you have nobody and you're alone for years, first time you see somebody that's like kind of like you, you're gonna go,
yeah,
hey, I like you, and then you better watch out for the flash bomb that will burn you.
So it's fair to say that Blade is a boogeyman. Well, to the vampire, he's a boogeyman.
He could be a boogeyman. Well, yeah, because he kills them. He's like the Punisher. Yeah, you're right. He's the Punisher for the vampire.
Yeah, he's the Punisher for the vampire.
But again, he could be the Punisher for everybody. But yeah,
I mean, like,
vampire.
There's no way he can get to them all.
Of course, the movie starts off. I don't like how the movie starts off though. This movie starts off where he's talking about everything that happened in the first movie.
Right. It's
and then of course it gives that corny to you. The line, you love that line, but I think it's corny. It's like, I got all of their powers.
All of their strength, none of their weakness. Oh yeah, Blade says it this time.
Yeah, he says it
Yeah.
again. I'm like, what? Come on.
Give it this because all of their strengths, none of their weaknesses. Oh, we forgot to tell that guy. We talked about that guy. Like, I guess that vampire is like a comic relief. He burns.
Oh yes.
Yeah. In the beginning, they try to hunt
Yeah,
him.
when he tries to put his head against the wheel of the motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'll see you later. And then at the end of the movie, the guy goes to see a peep show.
Yes, it was so funny.
He opens it up and it's him. You didn't think I forgot about you. I thought that was lame, dude.
And that's how they end the movie. That's right.
Because he even bumps to him in the middle of the movie when they go to that club.
Yes. Oh yeah, that was very funny.
Underground vampire club, which I want to point out that reminds me of Assassin's Creed. Some of this reminds me of Assassin's Creed when he's fighting that guy up in the old church up on the beam.
The movie or the game? I never seen Assassin's Creed.
Well, the game. It
Okay.
reminds me. I haven't seen Assassin's Creed's movie either because I heard it's. Well, I didn't hear it sucked. I saw it come out and nobody went and saw it, so I assumed it.
Well,
sucked.
it's a movie based on a video game.
Yeah.
It's no Sonic. Sonic is probably the best movie I've seen that's based on a video game. Yeah.
So Sonic.
Sonic.
No Mario Brothers.
To this day, I still haven't watched it.
I don't think I could watch that. The Mario Brothers. The
You know what we should do? We should put that on the list. Because I know Super Mario Brothers so well.
What kind of list are we going to make? It sounds like we're starting to make the crap list instead of the good list.
No, because we talked about putting like Shanghai Noon, and that's why I'm going to do that right now.
Because those movies are awesome.
Those movies are awesome. And we talked
Mario
about
Brothers. I'm always thinking Mario Brothers would be right there with Howard the Duck.
Oh, that's a really good comparison, man. I'd say we do it.
Okay, well, yeah, we might as well. I mean, we got to suffer for our art, huh?
Yes, we do.
I don't think this is art.
Hey, we watch Howard the Duck and Batman and Robin.
Hey, but you know why we watched Howard the Duck? Because we thought it was going to be awesome, and it wasn't.
And that's what's funny about Super Mario
I
Brothers.
don't know why we watched Batman and Robin, because we already knew it.
I would have to buy it. I would have to buy Super Mario Brothers.
Somebody's going to have to buy it, because I need to be able to see it.
Yeah, I will get that, because, was it Shanghai? Is it even available on digital? Let's look at that.
What? We're talking about Shanghai New and Mario Brothers.
No, Mario Brothers.
Oh, yeah. They probably never, it's probably not even digital. They're like, why would we remake that crap?
so
Why would we do that? It's probably from because your problem
so
is
Howard the Duck is able to be released digital, but
because that studio was probably suffering.
interesting.
That's
Well, the
Lucas. That's
Blu-ray
probably
is $35.
what is $35?
Super Mario Brothers.
It's $35 for Mario Brothers.
DVD is
No
$4. That's
way.
funny.
No way.
Yeah, I'm looking at Amazon right now.
Wow, 35.
Oh,
That's
Amazon
not
must
for
have some
35.
kind of sale because the DVD was $10, but now it's $4.
Because they realized this stopped.
Like, dude, you really want to watch this? Are you sure? Are
You
you
sure?
super sure? Oh, I
They're
don't think
like,
they have this on
we'll
digital.
just let you have it.
I don't think they have
Here,
this on
take it.
digital, man. It sucks.
But we're not going to pay you for watching it. We know we know it sucks.
Come on, you got Dennis Hopper, Bob Hoskins, and John Leguizamo in it. It's gotta be good, right?
The only name that pops out is John Leguizamo.
Not
Okay,
Dennis
because I'm
Hopper?
like, Dennis Hopper's not as awesome as John Leguizamo.
I don't know. It's hard to judge.
I don't really
Yeah,
think to me, Dennis Hopper really isn't that awesome.
I'm
Especially
putting
in
on the list.
Waterworld. Waterworld, do you remember Waterworld?
Oh yeah, with Karen Costner. I don't remember Waterworld,
Even
and that's the
Kevin
reason why I
Costner
did.
doesn't remember. He's like, what? I mean, westerns do. I don't do anything with water in it.
It's Western on the water, okay?
Dennis Hopper. I can't think. I mean, Dennis Hopper's okay. It's just.
What are you talking about? He was in Speed. He was in True Romance. Well, those are good movies.
No, they're not.
You never seen True Romance?
No, I actually never seen True Romance.
Oh, well, you know it's written by David Tarantino, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I knew it was written by
Yeah,
Quentin
it's
Tarantino.
good. It's a good movie.
All right, we'll have to watch that one day. Just for Dennis Hopper.
Just for Dennis Hopper. Well, Dennis Hopper's in a lot of stuff too.
Dennis Hopper's in a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I hear Dennis Hopper was a little crazy too. So.
Oh, did you? I mean, I have no idea. Never heard of him.
I don't know either. He didn't pull out a knife and put it to my throat. But he did.
Is that a real thing? Is that something that he did?
I think somebody sued him for supposedly he did that.
A long time ago, not like.
Yeah, I don't know if it ever was true or not. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
I think it was Rip Torn. Was it Rip Torn? Who was that guy that played Z?
Oh, that was now. Yes, Rip Torn.
Yeah, yeah. It's supposedly he pulled a knife on him.
Huh. You know those two guys and Harvey Keitel. You know Harvey Keitel and Dennis Hopper seems very similar to me.
They are similar in movies. I guess they go for the same roles.
Yeah, they don't play the same roles. That's what that is.
In real life, they're probably not similar at all. One probably drinks orange juice, the other one drinks milk for breakfast. Probably chocolate milk. I mean, come on. Some guys eat toast in the morning. Some guys just eat eggs. Some eat both, but
I was gonna say, like, I think that's all we
me.
have for Blade 2 today. I don't even have a tagline. This
well,
episode.
not yet. Yeah, I'm sure you get one. We might as well just use the same tagline we used the first one.
Oh, that would be funny because it's like exactly like the first movie.
Yes, we should. Change like one word in there.
It's like so I was gonna say, like, I didn't remember this so well, right? But at the end, when that review was like, "What again? They trying to capture the Daywalker for his blood again?"
Yeah.
It's like,
this is why.
So let me think. Now, hold on. So now, hold on.
Okay.
I want to get this point across first. So the stupid legends from the first one and this one, if they never had a Daywalker, none of this would go anywhere. Their whole ingredient is about having a Daywalker.
So do you think in the third one it's about them trying to catch a Daywalker again, but he has two friends that go with him?
I kind of remember the third one, and it's not about catching it. From what I remember, I don't want to tell you who the villain is.
Okay, good.
But
okay, good.
I don't remember it as catching the Daywalker.
So probably I won't guess that one, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, because you know what? Even the first and second one, I even forgot the first one. They need Blaze blood.
Okay. Well, you remember, why you forgot all that? Because it wasn't that important.
Well, because I'm, from all these new Marvel stuff, right? Like, no, I don't really remember Blade.
Yeah, because, it wasn't that good, so it fell to the
wayside.
Like,
I seen the first Punisher, too, and I seen the first Captain America. I don't remember those at all.
I never saw the first Captain America, but I heard it was not worth it.
I still have a copy of the first Captain America on VHS.
Let me put it this way. I remember I heard that the first Captain America was so bad, you'd probably have to go find Total Recall to have that memory erased.
You would like a double agent? No, I want a triple agent. I really want to forget about this movie.
Yeah. Well, actually, I would like you to implant Steve Rogers.
But aren't you glad
the Marvel Captain America into my brain? That's the one I saw.
Aren't you glad that they didn't try to make an Iron Man in the 90s?
I'm glad they didn't. Yeah, I don't give a crap if they were gonna put Tom Cruise in it. It still would have sucked.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, even if he doesn't suck, right, the special effects probably won't be at that stage until
Well, the
Spider-Man.
storytelling, I don't think the storytelling would have been as good.
Yeah, it's probably not as good as
Even
today.
though I hear people go, "Oh, the storytelling's so bad nowadays," I'm like, apparently you were
Ooh.
you. What did we? Did you sleep through the '90s?
Well,
Because
unless they were not born in the 90s.
well, then that's their own fault. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know how old their parents were, but
You
that's
know
not
what?
my
I think
fault.
we should be on the hunt. Like, I think this year, because we did an 80s month last year, right? Let's do a 90s month. Let's compare. Because you remember the
We'll
80s,
compare.
the
Well,
80s
okay,
movie theme, okay, was that
yeah,
nothing had to make sense scientifically. A lot of movies in the 80s did not have to make sense scientifically.
yeah. And then, but then the '90s, I think they made up a bunch of science just to make it work,
Just to make it work, right?
even though the science is still bull.
And now is like, okay, I think it would make sense. It would work.
Well, they just make up, oh, this blood serum and stuff, blah blah blah, based on real
Yeah,
science. But
you're
I'm
right.
like,
Yeah, the blood
it's
serum,
not
like,
even
yeah, I
based on
totally
real
don't believe
science.
it all.
It's bull science.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. You're right.
Yeah, it's like COVID type science.
So, when they say the term 80s movies, right? We could name a whole bunch.
Yeah,
But when you say the term 90s movies, what comes to mind? What will fit into a 90s movies category?
I don't know because nothing pops to mind. When you say '80s movie, you think Stallone and Arnold and Schwarzenegger.
Well, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future.
Even though that's the movies we didn't review. Yeah,
Yeah. I would say Ghostbusters and
'90s.
Back to the Future.
I don't know. Blade is the big '90s.
The thing I remember from the 90s, I guess American Pie. Oh, well, American Pie came out in 99, I want to say. Probably ends on the.
Scream.
Scream also came out at the end, right?
Scream was '90s.
Yeah, like late
'96.
90s. 96, okay, so mid 90s.
Yeah, because a lot of I mean, Kevin Williamson's type stuff come
You know
out
what?
in the '90s.
I'm going to
I
put
don't remember
movies
anything
on
in the early
play.
'90s because nothing was awesome.
Oh, early 90s Batman.
Yeah, well, but the Batman
Teenage Mutant
too.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja
Fifth
Turtles.
Element.
Okay,
Gattaca.
so we've already did the '90s.
So Batman is still one of the better superhero movie of the 90s. Oh, Twister was in 90. Independence Day.
Independence Day. Yeah,
Seven.
Aliens was real
But
good.
those are not the names that I would associate with, like, kind of like the
The
80s. You know what I
'90s.
mean? Yeah, like the 90s.
No, the '90s was going to be hard to put in the group because the '90s, the good '90s, you think they were in the 2000s,
Yeah,
and
right? The
and
2000s.
bad 2000 movies, you think they're in the '90s.
Oh, Bob Wire came out in the 90s. Armageddon came out in the
So,
90s.
oh yeah, Armageddon would be a fun one to
The
talk about.
Boondock Saints, Billy Madison, Goodwill
Oh, there was
Hunting,
a lot of good stuff in the '90s, but '90s followed a certain deal. '90s
Tombstone.
seemed to be dark. It was dark.
Tombstone came out in the 90s.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
a
the
good one.
movie you had me watch with Morgan Freeman and Clint Eastwood. Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
92.
That was '92.
Is it 92?
Oh, I guess it was. I always thought that came out like in the
80s?
2000s.
Is
No,
it
I didn't think that was
2000s?
the '80s movie.
Oh, you know what?
I
You
mean,
might be
come on.
right.
Because the film quality, you can almost look at a movie and see this is '80s and this is '90s.
Unforgiven. Let me see. 1992. I was right.
Wow. Yeah, that came out earlier than I thought it
Because
did.
I remember the trailer when I was living in New York, right? Like, it really stood out to me. And this is a good
Yeah,
movie.
because you're like, it's got
Unforgiven?
Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Unforgiven is good. Whoever wrote that is good. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That came out in the 90s.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it's a.
Fight Club was '90s, wasn't it?
Oh, Fight Club is 99.
See?
Dude, the whole movie of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is like one giant acid trip.
Okay.
Hulk,
So if I
the
want to know
usual
what it's like to
suspects.
take, so what you said, if I want to know what it's like to, hey,
Bicentennial
Pulp
Man?
Fiction, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, that's right. Man in
Quentin
Black.
Tarantino came along.
Man in
We
Black came in the
gotta do
90s.
Men in Black. We gotta do the Men in Black.
Yeah, how do we not do Man in Black? Aliens and science fiction?
Yeah, why was written? Why have a Wild Wild West?
Oh, so we're doing a
Come
Big
on,
Willie.
Will Smith. That was Will Smith's decade.
Yes.
I bet he'd probably be frowning. You know, hey dude, I'm still relevant. I'd be like, yeah, you are.
He is relevant.
He is,
I
but he's
love
not doing
that.
action no more.
I
I mean,
love
he
that.
owned every box office every year in the '90s.
What is that National Geographic thing he has out?
Oh, Planet Earth.
Is it Planet Earth?
Yeah, I think it
I
is.
love that
Welcome to
line.
Planet Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, maybe that's what it's called. Welcome to Earth.
Are we doing the whole? Oh, isn't Men in Black a trilogy?
Men in Black is a trilogy. It's actually there's four of them now,
Well, there's four of them because
but
the Chris Hemsworth one.
there is only three with Will Smith in it.
Yeah. You see, like movies like that, right? Like the new Men in Black International, I think that's what's called. We never got. Well, maybe there was like the rumors of like, oh, is Will Smith's gonna be in the new Men in Black International with Valkyrie and Thor.
Yeah. No.
Yep. Well, you know what? So let's just end this one right here for Blade 2, and we'll see you on the next one with Blade Trinity. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.